Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer. It's one of the most widely anticipated days of the entire racing calendar. Travers Saturday, and we'll kick off the graded stakes action with race number 5, the Grade 1 Forego for sprinters going 7/8 of a mile. You can play this sensational card with a DRF Bets account. Sign up for one and access a $100 deposit match at drf.com/bet. Let's meet the field of sprinters getting set to go 7 panels in the Forego. Your odds-on morning line favorite is Matoli. And why not? He had a 7-race win streak snapped last time out in the Vanderbilt. Mike, a lot of handicappers thought the rail was no bueno that day. Matoli broke from the inside, was involved in a little bit of a race-long skirmish with Strike Power, and then just couldn't gain any traction. Was he hurt by being down inside?
Yeah, I mean, I think he clearly was. That was definitely not a day where you wanted to be on the rail at Saratoga. And, breaking from the inside with a really fast horse and Strike Power right to his outside, it just felt like he was going to be in big trouble even before the race went off. And as it turns out, he was in pretty big trouble dueling on the rail. He may not have been able to beat Imperial Hint that day anyway, who just ran a huge race. But I don't know. I felt he came out of it with a pretty big excuse, Dan.
Plus, he draws outside the other speed in this race, and he can sit off the number 1 Promises Fulfilled. If Promises Fulfilled, it catches a flyer and goes for his customary spot on the early lead. Matoli's beaten Promises Fulfilled already twice this year. Promises Fulfilled got a little bit of a break last time out in the Neyrood. It was a drop in class. He was able to make an easy pace, and I think he got a confidence boost. You can make an excuse for him in the Met Mile because he was wide off of that golden rail. I have a feeling that this horse is rounding back into form. He loves Saratoga, and if he makes the lead, I think Matoli's going to have to run to beat him.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. He's run a couple of really fast races. You're right that he likes Saratoga. He likes 7 furlongs. He does have speed from the rail. His Met Mile wasn't terrible. I was surprised that they didn't really send him in that race. They didn't really use his speed there. I think it wound up costing him. He just beat a much weaker field last time. Being drawn on the rail with Matoli to his outside, I think it makes things really tough for this horse, but I'm a fan of his. I think he's pretty good. On his best day, he's really good.
Are we making a mistake not going back to Firenze Fire in here? We kind of liked him a little bit last time out in the Vanderbilt, and Irad took him down inside to follow Matoli, which sounded like a good idea, but the rail was dead. He actually was down deeper on the rail in mid-stretch, and it just seemed like he was floundering at the 8th pole when it looked like he was going to get running. We know Firenze Fire is better than that, and he draws a better outside attack post this time around.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, that I might have been making a mistake by not putting him on top in here, just because not only does he have the excuse for the Vanderbilt, where for some reason they decided to cut the corner and go inside on a day that's not where he wanted to be, but he had a similar excuse too back in the Met Mile when he was wide on a day when you wanted to be on the rail. He's been against the track in 2 straight races. I think they're valid excuses. And then you go back 3 races on his card, and he runs this huge race in the Run Happy. He's dangerous in here, especially if Matoli and Promises Fulfilled get hooked up on the pace.
It's been a tale of 2 pace scenarios in the last 2 races for the number 2, Air Strike. 2 back at 7 furlongs this distance in the Triple Bend. He got a big pace setup, and he was able to rally and wear down Sistron late. Last time out, they cut him back to 6, which I think is a hair short for him. There was no pace in the race. Sistron got his revenge in going gate to wide. It should be sort of the former scenario for him here, getting back to 7 with a fast pace. I'm just not sure if he's this good.
Yeah, that was my concern with him, too. I think he will get the proper setup in this race over a distance he likes. I just wonder if he's good enough to beat this field.
Bone Raison couldn't have asked for a better setup last time out in the Tail of the Cat, could he, Mike? It was a 6-horse field, and there was a 5-horse duel down the backstretch. They were stacked across the track. This horse was just sitting there licking his chops, and when it was time to run, he went, and he was able to get a game He Hate Me late. This time around, though, there are 3 tougher horses to run down.
Yeah, I mean, I like this horse, Dan. He's been in very good form for a long time. They just keep wheeling him back into races, and he keeps showing up. There's a chance he catches the right pace scenario here. I think he will run late. I just don't know if he's going to be able to run down this field.
Killybegs captain had no chance in the Nehru, especially after he stumbled badly at the start and then rushed up to prompt the slow pace set by Promises Fulfilled. But I was disappointed with his race last time out in the tail of the cat. I thought Ricardo Santana could have been a little bit more aggressive in holding that inside front position. Instead, he got shuffled back, but once he was clear in the lane, there was just nothing there. He has speed. He's probably going to sit third off the top two, but it seems like a tall ask to reel both of them in.
I think so too. I respect his improved recent form. His form really has improved this year. He's a nice horse. I don't think he's a graded stakes kind of horse though.
Before we get to our top picks, I want to throw up that Timeform US pace projector for this race because you have Promises Fulfilled, you have Matoli, you have Killybegs captain. I think Matoli's going to break. If Promises Fulfilled, who has shown the willingness to break poorly on occasion, misses it by a step, Matoli's gone. And I don't think Promises Fulfilled wants to pass anybody.
Yeah, I agree with that. If Promises Fulfilled doesn't break from the rail, he's in big trouble here. Well, I'll just suspect that he will come out of there running. And then we'll just see what Matoli decides to do because, even if he doesn't want to go after that horse, Matoli's very fast. I mean, you go back to that mile, that was a fast pace going a mile. He sat right on it and still won despite not being on the rail. I think it puts Promises Fulfilled, and I think in a really tough spot here.
It's a very tough spot being down inside, but as we take a look at our top selections, I'm going to try to go with the horse for course at a slightly better price. He breezed in 58 the other day. I think Dale Romans has him sharp and ready to go. Again, I can make an excuse for his Met Mile. I can make an excuse for his Dubai Golden Shaheen when he didn't break. And I think he got that confidence boost last time out. If I was also going to try to maybe get Matoli out of there, maybe Bone Ray Zone comes with a kick, but Matoli, way the horse to beat.
Yeah, he is way the horse to beat. I put him on top. The other horse for me is Forense Flyer. I think he's going to be in a good spot here. He does have a pretty big race in him. I wavered between going for one or the other. I put Matoli on top. I went 3, 6, 1, and 5.
We'll see if Matoli can get back to his winning ways in the Grade 1 Forego. Race 5, the first of a plethora of graded stakes races on Travers Saturday. Bet them all with a DRF Bets account. Sign up is easy at drf.com/bet, and you will receive a $100 deposit match. Post time for the Forego, race number 5 at the Spa on Saturday, 1:48 Eastern. Best of luck.